Hello and welcome to the first video on how to make Khan exercises. And so you want to go to this page, and there's a lot of navigation to go through. So I just suggest searching for it on the Khan Academy on the CogLab website. And so it should be the first result. And so here it is. And so we're going to develop exercises. You want to scroll down, and we're basically going to do the first four steps. So at the end of this, you should have on your own computer. You should have on this computer as opposed to on an external. Okay, I didn't rephrase that well. You should be able to run a Khan Academy exercise on your own computer by creating your own little server. And so it should look like this. Here's a one-digit addition problem, and you notice that here's the browser. It's going to be khanacademy.org, but at the end of this, we want it to be actually on your local host so that you can actually go in and edit the actual exercises. So to do that, we're going to download the source code at the GitHub here by clicking on this link. Now GitHub is a place where you can where you share source code with other people, source code for programs. So you can just copy this onto your computer. That would be the easiest way, but I'm actually we're gonna make a GitHub account, and we're going to do that instead because I think it's a good habit. So if you haven't already, you want to make a GitHub account by going to github.com and registering. Okay, and you can learn a little about what GitHub is. So after you do that, you want to go to your profile, and you should have a list of repositories, or at the beginning you should have no repositories. And a repository is just a place where you store the source code for a specific program. In this case, the source code for Khan exercises. So, going back to the link that we clicked on, this is the repository for Khan exercises. All the source code on how to make a Khan exercise. So we want to copy this source code over to our account, in this case ChrisJoy64, and to do that we are going to fork the repository, which is basically just copying it over from some external account to your account. And to do that, we're going to click this link. Now ordinarily, if this hasn't already been forked, it should say something on the order, something similar to fork this repository. But since I already have forked this repository over, it says it's my fork. So you want to click this, and once you do that, you go to your profile, you reload, and you should have that repository, the Khan exercise repository, in your own within your own profile, in your list of repositories. And here it says forked from Khan exercises. So this is good. We have the repository online, but it's actually not on our computer yet. So to do that, we're going to have to install Git. And you can either install the command line of Git, or you can install a graphical user interface, a GitHub graphical user interface. So it does it all for you. And you have to remember commands and stuff, and good to get started. So you want to do that by searching, assuming you're on a Mac, searching GitHub for Mac, and this first result at mac.github.com. So, and you want to download it. So after you download it, you're going to search for GitHub, and you're going to have, it's going to appear something like this. So you can have a list of repositories here. Now, I've already actually cloned it to my computer, but if it hasn't been cloned, it's going to look something similar to this baseball simulation. and you want to click clone to computer, which is going to copy the source code from your account to your computer. So once you can click on it and see the exact location of it. In this case, documents, Khan exercises. Now to make sure that it's actually been copied over, you can open up a terminal and forget what that last line said, but you want to cd into documents and then Khan exercises. So and then you want to list the contents, and that command is ls, and see that it's similar to the contents that are actually in your account. So here, you click Khan exercise and you see a list of, you're going to see a list of folders, build, CSS, docs. Does actually appear? Build, CSS, images, docs doesn't appear, but docs does not appear, but I think most of them appear. I don't really have to worry about that. So that's the first step. Now we go back. The second step is to make sure you have Python installed. Python would normally be installed on most Macintosh computers, but if it isn't, you can go to python.org and click download and choose the right version of Mac. There's two here, so depending on if you have a 32 or a 64-bit, and also your versions. So to make sure that you have Python installed, you want to open up a terminal like this and type Python. Now if Python works, you're just going to get the Python interpreter, 3 squiggly lines. And if Python doesn't work, you're going to get something similar to writing gibberish command, and it should say command not found. So now we have Python working. We want to do the third thing. We want to make the simple HTTP server. So we want to open up the terminal. We want to be inside of the Khan exercises directory, and we can check that by going to pwd and making sure that we're actually in the Khan exercise directory, which we are. So after that, we're going to type in the command here, Python m HTTP server, which opens up a server on the default port, which is 800. So once you do that, it actually is already in use, so I need to close it and show you what I'm actually doing here. Fortunately, but it's already in use. But basically you want to just write out this command, and once you open it, I can't find that other terminal, it's ridiculous. Okay, is there another terminal? The reason, otherwise, hold on a sec. So let me just test it. If it does work, you should be able to go to the local host and 8000. In this case, it doesn't work. So, okay, so now I have to open up again. So you want to cd into this directory again, Khan exercises, and then Python m simple HTTP server, and that will open up a server on the localhost 800. So I should refresh this page, and it's going to load up. And to see that actually works, you want to go into exercises and then choose an exercise. We're going to do addition, so it should appear like this, and you should type in question and yay, and you can also type in the wrong answer, and it shows us a sad face. Okay, so that's the end of the first video. We actually got it working. Now the next video will be actually playing around with it with the exercise.